What is the Extreme Tour about? It's about reaching people. That's why we don't perform at venues or inside a church. We go to skate parks, we go to street corners, anywhere where there's people in need for love and hope, we go to share the light of Jesus. In my time on the road, I've realized just how many people are out there that don't feel seen or heard. Like, for example, there was this homeless man at the last city that we encountered, that we sat down with. And all it took was for us to just listen, and he opened up. Because all you need to do is make yourself available to them. And even as we're doing this, in the background, there was people doing drugs and all kinds of stuff. Yet, I feel like that's where I was called, because that's where Jesus sat down. He sat down with sinners. He didn't partake with their sin, but he made sure to make himself available and to listen to them. We were there to face and to turn away all those dark entities that were in that place. That's why God sometimes sends us places. Not because he wants us to do anything special. He just wants us to be there because there are spiritual things that we can't see happening. And when we arrive with the Lord's presence, when you and I go somewhere with his presence, we change the atmosphere. And I know it because I've seen it. I've seen this happen. If I were to give an example, Springfield, Missouri, the last show we were in, we did an event at this square park downtown, and there was a lot of homelessness around. There was a lot of hostility, a lot of situations that were going down while we were arriving. And as soon as we set up our sound, our stage, and when the music started coming out, I saw how the atmosphere and how the energy in that place completely changed. How there was just a different air to the place. Like, people were listening, people were sitting down. Not everyone was up on the stage dancing around, but a lot of people were just sitting there listening to what we had to say. So what we do does carry some power. Where we walk, we do make change. And actually, just to add to that story, whenever we tore down our stuff, whenever we were leaving this place, I saw how quickly it shifted back to how it was. Like, immediately as we left that place, and the people left, certain things started to happen again. Like, it was like some evil was coming back into this place as we left. So you really can change an atmosphere and change lives just by being there.
There is a very real enemy that wants to see the destruction of your soul. And that may sound a little intense, but listen, you think sometimes you're just wrestling circumstances, right? But truth is, you're wrestling demons. 2, 3,
5 From upstate New York to Salina, Kansas, we have the heaviest, the craziest, the most brotherly, lovely band you've ever heard. Please give it up for Brutality!
At the beginning, it was hard for me to learn how to approach people, being a very mellow, reserved person. Those that know me personally know this. But this fire inside me that wanted to help and change things was so much stronger than that, to where I told God to use me and guide my every step. Ever since I did this, I've made wonderful connections and moments where I've seen Him working in wonderful ways. One example is a friend I made in Springfield, Missouri. We'll call him Matt. Matt was an interesting kid who I could tell just wanted to escape. He told me about his life at home and how people at school bully him, and we just hung out most of the event. A kid who didn't know much about God, probably didn't know Him at all. I saw him enjoy all the ministry moments that occurred and stuck through most artists. Even though they had a Christian message, he stuck through all of them. So I pray that a seed was planted in his heart that day, that one day he can have a true encounter with God and know Him personally. So I started off this video asking what the Extreme Tour was, and I feel like what I have said so far has answered what it is. But personally, I feel like this is my walk with Christ now. It has turned into how I want to live my daily life. It's not just about a tour anymore for me. This is about my life now, and it is a beautiful thing that I have encountered, and I want to continue living this way, even off the tour. So, I'm about to show you one last clip, and I think this one last clip is going to truly encapsulate what I've been talking about this whole time. So, hope you guys enjoy.
But I'm still screaming. Anybody listening? Is anybody listening? Hear the music play, take a walk, smash behind now. Alright, this may be some of you out here tonight, and if it is, you are loved. It may be hot outside, but inside's getting colder. Suddenly I can't see, my life getting older. Wonder what your life be like? You expect what to do. You don't expect for this behavior to happen at school. You told you were supposed to go, man, to get an education, but what happens when your education turns into raping? You try to tell somebody, but your friends just turn away, and when you shy away from them, heck, people think that you're gay. So you try to put your heart down, switch to trigger, calm down, switch to wearing pants, because you want to keep your skirt down. Labeled as an outcast, draw into yourself. So what am I to do when it seems nothing left? See, I tried to tell them no, but it wasn't good enough, so why should I speak it all? How do I keep my head up? Feel like my world is caving in and I'm stuck in the hole. Can't seem to find the sun, I don't see rainbows no more. Hearts out, mind rock, everybody going down. Anybody listening? If that's you, this song right here is for you. Music playing, can't go on this way. We know you're hurting, but there's somebody who's listening. We're here to show you the way. See, this situation's motivated. I know that you're frustrated, but there is a God who came to bring you salvation. Stripped up all his clothes, lay naked before man. Now you have someone on who you can't depend. He knows the hurt you're going through, know the pain you've been through. Came to give you life, so victory is here for you. Stretched out his arms so you can take his hand. Now you can have the beat, cause he's the footsteps in the sand. So if your head's down, he can lift it up. The bottom big, he can lift it up. Came to shed his blood for you and for me. They hung him on the cross and he died on the tree. So if your head's down, he can lift it up. The problem too big, he can lift it up. Feel like you're dead, you can't take no more. He's there at your tomb saying, baby, come forward. Hearts not mind rock, everybody come now. Is anybody listening? Yeah. Hear the music play, can't go on sway. Cry now. Yeah. Is anybody listening? Is anybody listening? So I don't know who that was for. Like I was like specifically heard to do that. So if you're out here tonight and you've been struggling with that issue for years, and you've been wondering, does God even hear you? Well, we're here to tell you tonight that he is. He's hearing you. So just come to one of us with a badge. Like, we'll talk to you. We'll love on you. We'll try as much as we can to make sure we're right. You're right before you leave here. But don't leave here tonight without knowing that you are loved. Is that a deal? Is that a deal?